name is Courtney Prather. I'm the Bodybuilding.com 2011 Fit Body Model Search winner. I was also runner-up for Flex Magazine's Model Search at Olympia weekend, and I am a nationally ranked bikini competitor and fitness model. Growing up, I was always athletic. I played soccer, I did running in high school, and I liked being outdoors, but I didn't realize what it took to really get that physique that I had seen in the magazines, and I wanted to look like that, and I wanted to have that fit body, and it didn't really click for me until I decided to do a competition and really learned what it took with training and nutrition and being consistent and putting a whole program together. And I started my journey at 24% body fat, at the same weight I was when I stepped on stage at 12% body fat. So it's not necessarily, putting on a ton of muscle or getting that number down on the scale. For me, it was really getting that toned, fit physique that I wanted. When I began competing, I had no idea what to expect. And after my first show, I realized how much I loved the competition aspect of it and having a goal and something to work for, and really drove me every day. And when I heard about the Bodybuilding.com Fit Body Model Search, that was something that was a big deal to me. I really wanted to get involved. I had been on the website, had a body space, that's where I got a lot of my training routines from, and so took the chance and sent in my photo, and getting to compete in Boise in the finals was one of the highlights of my year, and winning that show has really been a blessing. A lot of good things have come from it, and I'm just really excited to see where this goes. I started out obviously training for a competition. I had almost no muscle mass. I did follow a traditional bodybuilder split. I would focus on 1 or 2 muscle groups a day. A lot of heavyweight training, and that's something I had never done before. I would do cardio and I would go outside and I would run, but I had never really lifted weights. I was afraid to get too bulky. Getting over that fear was probably the best thing for my training and helped me achieve the physique that I had today. I work out 5 days a week in the gym. Because I work Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, it really helped me to set a plan and stick to it. So every morning I get up and I go to the gym just like I go to work. Whether I have a show in a week or in 10 weeks, I train like I'm preparing for it. And I like to sweat. I like to leave it all in the gym so that I know when I leave I can feel good about my workout. The minute I enter the gym, I'm just focused already. You don't really find me chatting or messing around too much, because I do have a tight schedule with my full-time job. So I get in and I have the most effective, intense workout that I can in the amount of time that I have. And a lot of girls out there think that you need to live in the gym and spend 2 hours a day on the treadmill to really get the body that you want, and that's just not the case. If you follow a balanced nutrition program and you do efficient, good workouts in the gym, you don't have to spend a ton of time there. And that's really what's been the key to my success, is organization and finding balance and finding a way to juggle having a full-time career, making the time to get into the gym, and really sticking to a diet plan has been really instrumental for me to take my body to the next level. Just like when I walk into the gym and I have a plan, I have to have a plan with my nutrition. I have a really busy schedule, and with a full-time job, it's essential that I pack and plan my meals ahead of time. Sundays are my cooking day, and I'm ready for the week. And my friends make fun of me because anytime I even just go over to their house, I have a bag of food with me so I can stay on track. It takes the guesswork out of it. You're more likely to grab for something that's not clean if you don't have something readily available. And when I started with competitions, you had to be really strict. It was the first time in my life that I had ever followed a really strict clean eating plan. I'll admit I was a bit of a foodie, and that's part of the reason why I never achieved the physique that I wanted. So once I really learned to cut that stuff out and to eat really clean, I did get the physique I wanted, but it's hard dieting for a show and being really hardcore and then not so. And I really saw the effects of the yo-yo on my body. So now I've learned to really have a balanced approach to nutrition. Carbs, proteins, and fats are all essential. And sure, a high protein, low carb diet will get you really lean, but it should be saved for special events. And I will do that for photo shoots or shows to really maintain my physique year round. It's about finding balance. Just because I'm a fitness model and I've been in incredible shape on stage doesn't mean that I'm perfect all the time. 90% of the time, I'm spot on. I'm clean, I have my food packed and ready, and I don't deviate. And 10% of the time, that's when life happens. You're gonna have to go to a corporate dinner or a birthday party or a wedding, and I allow myself to be flexible and not beat myself up for it. I don't really like to think of it in terms of dieting and cheating, because it's just this whole negative concept to it. And when I am cheating and enjoying that food, instead of enjoying it, I'm beating myself up over it. And it's important to just allow yourself to have fun and to enjoy in moderation, and and then get right back on it and pick back up the next day. Living in California, there's a cupcake bakery or a frozen yogurt place on every corner, and those are definitely my weakness. You find different ways to make them at home and substitute, and there's almond flour and oat flour and applesauce instead of oil, and there's all these tricks, and if you really do your research, and Bodybuilding.com has a lot of recipes too that you can find that are good alternatives. So I really had to learn how to cook in the kitchen and come up with ways to make my healthy meals taste good. I didn't want to be that person eating chicken and broccoli 6 times a day. That's boring and I would hate it. So let's be honest, boredom breeds creativity, and I've really learned from just taking the time to educate myself and then applying it in my own kitchen and making it work for me, and just getting creative with some of the foods that I love. My philosophy when it comes to supplementation is to really do your research before you jump into it. There's a lot of supplements out there, and they are tailored specifically for certain goals and needs. I had never really taken any supplements before because I'd seen these big guys with a lot of muscle, downing protein shakes and taking creatine and all that, and it was so foreign to me. I didn't really know, what to do and if it was right for me. And so I really had to take my time and do some research, read the reviews online. And I keep it simple, supplementation, just like you can't out-train a bad diet, I don't think you can supplement a bad diet. It's meant to fill in the holes, but it doesn't make up for getting whole, nutritious foods. And so that's really my focus, to get as much as I can from healthy eating. I would have to say my top supplements are protein. Obviously, when you get in a bind and I don't have food with me, I need to supplement that, and having protein available will at least make sure that I'm getting what I need during the day. Definitely a good multivitamin. You're working out so hard in the gym, it's important to make sure your immune system is getting the proper vitamins and minerals it needs. Also a fish oil, and then I would have to say glutamine. I keep it pretty simple, but glutamine helps my muscles repair and definitely work out very hard, so it's important that my body gets all the help it can to repair and get back at it the next day. Make sure as you add things into your program that you add them in one at a time, and you give your body some time to react to it and really know, how does that make you feel, and is it something that you need. With my protein powders, I definitely get pretty creative with them, and I will bake things, but I blend it typically with ice and water or almond milk, but I'll throw a handful of spinach in there as well, because you can never get enough veggies, and I promise you can't taste it, but it's just a good way to have a thicker shake. The one thing I found that I do love is PB2. It's powdered peanut butter, and it has only 45 calories for 2 tablespoons and like 1/3 of the fat of normal peanut butter, which if you have ever competed, you probably love your peanut butter. It's one of my obsessions. So just remember, when you're trying to devise a supplementation program, to keep it simple, to start with the basics, the essentials that you need, and just don't be afraid to revise it as you move along your plan, and do your research online. Bodybuilding.com has a ton of reviews on all the supplements that you have available to you, so just make sure that you get educated, you start slow, and you add as you need. So that's me. You guys know what I'm about, you know what I do, and if you want to learn more, you can check out my full program on the page below, or find me on BodySpace. I love to answer any questions or help you guys out if you have anything you want to know. My username is Courtney Marie, and you can also check me out on Facebook as well.